what's going on? Here we are, Wine and Nine. It's KG. We're your hosts. Fucked that all up, right? Didn't I?
We're your hosts. Go ahead.
We're your hosts. I'm KG. Next to me, the lovely Jen Joy, and Jerry Joseph.
Okay, so for the wines, we're doing Gnarly Head. This is from Manteca, California.
That was recommended to us by Eric and Sarah. So thank you so much, Eric and Sarah, for recommending this wine.
It's a Lodi Zinfandel, which is the first time we've ever had that on the show. So we'll have to look into that. I have Gemma de Luna. This is a wine. This is a Pinot Grigio from Italy, actually. KG has Stella Rosa, which is a blueberry flavored wine. You said it's a Cabernet?
As far as I know,
Because,
yeah.
okay. All right, well, he says it's a Cabernet, so.
As far as he knows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, has to be pretty far. So, which his wine is from Italy also, which is cool.
So, two Italy. So, and where's the other?
California.
This one's a California wine.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, this is perfect because we do have an Italian on the show. So, all right. So we have our friend Alyssa on the phone, and Alyssa is going to tell us what we're toasting to. So, Alyssa, what are we going to toast to this episode?
I would like to toast to everyone finding eternal peace and love within their mind, heart, and spirit.
Eternal peace?
Internal peace, mind, heart, and spirit.
That's beautiful.
That is
I
really
love that.
nice.
Okay, I can
That's
toast to that.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Alyssa.
Hey, we appreciate you for chiming in, sweetheart.
No problem.
Alrighty. This guy.
This is sharp. Not in a bad way, but just, this is a very light body, sharp wine.
How the tan is looking? Is
There's
it
not a lot.
Not
There's
a lot?
yeah.
Well,
So
smooth.
there's not a lot of that bite, dry bite that I enjoy. So it's making it a little bit difficult to depict where I see myself drinking this. Go ahead and talk about yours, and while I think about this one.
Speaking of drinking, I just want to shout out Casamigos tequila. I don't drink it, but you guys should.
Hey.
Why don't you drink tequila?
So I drink 1942, and not like it's not on any bougie. It's not on any bougie.
That's
shit,
exactly
okay?
what some
No.
First thing I thought, I only drink.
Only,
1942.
yeah.
It's the only tequila I like. I'll drink it. I'll drink it on the rocks, and it's nice. I don't Casamigos, like, it's just overpriced house wine. I mean tequila. Okay. Well, anyways, this is from Italy, so it has to be good, and I like it.
It doesn't have to be good because
No, it is.
okay.
Yeah, they don't play with their wine,
They
bro.
don't.
They're exquisite. This Stella Blueberry, I'm not gonna lie though, it's better than last week's. It's really good. It's really impactful with the flavor. No tannins whatsoever. It's not strong, no bite, anything like that. But it's so smooth and rich. I'm not gonna knock
Mine's
it at
very
all.
light.
I give it a solid 2.5 to 3.
Is it heavy on the blueberry flavor?
Yeah.
Very heavy.
That's why I like it. Yeah, that's actually my favorite flavor of all fruits. Like point blank. Like
Oh, I eat
I'll eat blueberries. Like
Yeah, me
I'm a
too.
savage when it comes to blueberries.
My
I like,
mom gets so mad at me because she'll buy blueberries and she's like, "How are they gone? I just had them I just bought them an hour ago."
my gin.
Blueberry coffee is my favorite. I have, I buy the K cups, like a case, like an 80 pack at a time. Wow, I'm still lost as far as like where I see myself drinking this one. It's like I said, it's very light bodied, not heavy on the tannins. Flavor is a little bit on the mild side, but it's really hard for me to place where I would drink something that's sharp, but not exactly dry. You know what I mean? Like it's not heavy on the tannins, but it's still dry and sharp. It's sharp in its flavor. This is a very difficult one to place.
This one's pretty simple. This is a salad wine. This is a daytime noon wine, kind of like last week with the rosé, but this is one that I would pair with food. This would be good with like a salmon, over some asparagus, maybe a side of mashed potatoes as well.
It's a very well-rounded meal.
Yeah.
This one tastes, and this is weird, but it tastes emotionally angry. Like I could just see myself being upset about something or angry about something, or you know.
Sipping on that.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of the emotion that it kind of evokes. Though it's hard for me to place that, and maybe it's because I'm not someone who often gets upset or angry. Maybe that's why.
Oh, fair enough. I got you.
Okay,
It's
so
an interesting week. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and I'll kick us off into our subject for the night, which I think is going to be a very interesting one. We're going to be talking about our worst traits, what we believe our worst trait is, in ourselves. And I've thought a lot of time. I spent a lot of time thinking about this. I don't know about you guys. Do you know what your worst traits might be?
I think I have multiple. Yeah.
Multiple worst traits?
Yeah. I think there's plenty to be said about some traits that I have.
Yeah. Have you thought about it, KG?
A lot, yeah. I've definitely got a lot of negative traits. I think the hardest thing with me though is not acknowledging them, but actually being accountable for them, if that makes sense. It's gonna be a little weird, but it's the truth. It's like
that's true for a lot of people.
Because you can see you can perceive a trait as positive or negative, but it's almost like I'll also take into account other people that deal with me. For instance, even when we were like, all right, this is a show we're gonna do. I was like, what do other people see as my negative traits? I took that into account when coming up like with. So it's like I do have a good idea. Well, all right. For instance, all right, I have a huge ego.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
And it took for me to get older and go through certain experience to realize not everyone does. I can easily go off of that or go teeter towards that spectrum of narcissism. And it's like I try to put a cap on that. But it's very well within me. So I don't know. Like, what about you?
For me, I think that my worst trait is also my best trait. I'm an extremely binary thinker. Everything is black or white, and to explain it to someone who isn't a very binary thinker, it's like at the end of the first Matrix, where Neo sees the Matrix for the first time, like he sees it and understands it, and it's like green, and it's the falling binary code of ones and zeros. It's just code. It's just information. That's how he sees. That's how the world is. That's the whole world of the Matrix is exactly like that. And for me, like as a binary thinker, it's helped me out in so many different ways. And I feel like it's one of my greatest strengths to be a binary thinker. If it's just me by myself, it's awesome. It's amazing. But the moment I start to deal with another human being, it becomes my greatest weakness. It's my worst trait is that I am so binary that it also makes it very difficult for me to understand and relate to other people who just simply aren't, which is 99.9% of the people that I've ever met.
Which one can understand that, man.
But I think people can learn from you.
That I agree with. I have a difficult time learning from other people on the other side. As a binary thinker and seeing the world through, as a Matrix, through Neo's eyes, there is no code for emotion.
Yeah.
And since I was raised as a video gamer, and video games, they're my third parent. They shaped me into the man that I am today. Emotions don't play. They don't have to play a part in video games. You play Tetris, and within 30 to 60 seconds, you understand the rules of the game. All the rules. You understand how this game works, and whether you're happy, excited, upset, frustrated, the game doesn't care. There's nothing that is affected by your emotion. Emotions are just, they're pointless in the game of Tetris, and the same for most video games. And being raised that way, I see a lot of situations in my life as, a problem to solve, or, a situation that emotions just don't even play a part. I don't just mean like other people's, because that's very true. With particularly with my ex, I don't feel like, looking back, I don't feel like I was very emotionally aware, emotionally present, emotionally available. I didn't take her emotions into account when dealing with issues that we had, because I saw a problem and a clear solution. Emotions weren't important. But I also don't even do it for my own emotions. I think so quickly and so binary.
I respect that. That's honest,
Yeah.
bro. That's honest. Where do you rank or value your own emotions then? Do you see utility in emotion itself?
I'm in my 30s, and I'm learning now, like I'm still constantly learning that emotions are actually valuable, which is something that, I mean, it's crazy that it's taken me this long to understand, but my emotions with other people is important and valuable. So it's a learning process for me.
I think there's this thing where bonds, once you accept the fact that bonds are a critical part of existence, like amongst human beings, what you are, you're still flesh and blood at the end of the day. I know you.
He doesn't want to be.
No, I know. He aspires to be more, and I get that. But you're still a man. So it's like you're bounded in the same reality that everybody else functions on. But you were gifted with the rational mind that can see beyond that, and that's why I can completely understand. Like I struggle with it too myself, man. Ego can easily. The thing about a great rational mind or a great intellect is you can easily become the lover of your own productions when it comes to that. And it's like life is so much more than that. Actually, I entertain a life of grace so much. It's like, hell would I know? You know what I mean? Like, and that's why actually why I stated, like, one of my biggest things is the ego or my pride. It's like, because when I fall in love with that, but when I'm not, I'm literally the opposite. I'm that dude that can like sit back. I'm a family man at heart. And what that means is you have to be able to understand that like there's so much in this world that's out of your that's out of your control. And you have to be able to concede that to something that you can't quite you can't, what's the word I'm looking for? You can't quite make sense of. You can't quite quantify. So much about the world that actually has meaning isn't quantifiable. You know what I mean?
I agree with that 100%. Now, what about you, Jen? Let's talk about your greatest weakness, your worst flaw.
My worst traits, I would have to say number one would be jealousy. I do get very jealous, to the point to where it can feel anger.
Yeah.
And resentment. I've thought about what I could do to change that, and I have thought about it, which is gaining more confidence. Confidence is a big thing for me, and over the years, I've gained way more confidence, right? So.
Yeah, I think that, to me, it seems like the lack of confidence is what triggers jealousy.
It is. So that's what triggers it is also what can be changed from the bad habit that is caused by it. So when you reach a level of confidence, you hit a fine line of arrogance and just confidence itself. So you have to pick and choose within situations but like how you respond and how you react, to where you are aware of what comes off as confident and what comes off as arrogant. So you have to be careful with what one bad habit.
What grounds you?
First of all, I'm going to go ahead and disagree. You do you, and that's up to everyone else and their own personal lives to determine whether that's arrogant or confident.
Yeah, but these same people that you're putting that burden on, you need them in some way, shape,
first of all,
or form.
they're existing in the world. So here's my thing. I've had a lot
God
growing up,
damn.
the same way that I am. But here's the thing. The reason why I say that is because I grew up with a certain set of friends, and a lot of them were like, "Oh, Jerry Joseph is he's arrogant, he's cocky, he's so full of himself. You know, these are all friends that didn't have a lot of self-confidence. Definitely not as much as I did. But it was only when I got around more confident people, no one thought that about me. They were just like, oh, he loves himself the same way that I love myself. It's not a cocky thing. It's not an overconfident thing. It's not a compensation for anything. You know, confident people relate to confident people. If someone's not confident in themselves, no matter what you do or how you feel about yourself, they're going to judge you, and they're going to have their own ideas of what your actions actually portray. So for someone who's not very confident, they're going to look at you and be like, oh, you're cocky, you know, or, you know, stuff like that. But if they're confident themselves, then they're going to look at you as someone who is confident. So I think that's something for them to decide. You do you.
I get that. It's easy to be intimidated. And I'm not trying to play devil's advocate. I'm being honest, because this is me saying that a lot of times in my life, I've been a coward in certain regards. It's like, as much as I might be confident or like my ego might be a thing, what tends to ground me is I get humbled by the fact that when shit really hits the fan, you need even great men were only held up. They were anchored by people that were far lesser than them that fell into that. You can't have leaders without followers. You can't have kings without peasants. It's like so it's like just maintain that. That's why I was actually going to ask you. It was like, what grounds you? Because if it's nothing beyond your rational mind, well, you're going to have a rude awakening at some point.
Yeah.
You're more than likely, you know what I mean? Like, or at least, and that's what life experiences just taught me, you know what I mean? Be it health, be it betrayal, be it something negative is going to manifest, and you're going to realize it's like, it was all about the other people, man. It was never us. And that's why I say, like, I can say with confidence, like, my ego, man, like, you're very capable.
But Jim was saying something. I'm sorry, I feel like we kind of got a little sidetracked.
No, she can speak.
We're talking about something. I had to enter and say, like, I feel like that's someone else's thing.
I was talking about the line between arrogance and confidence.
Damn, that's exactly. Look,
that's what I was talking about.
She just bookmarked it. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh, you want me to continue?
Yeah.
Oh. So yeah, I mean, we all know there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. So I think that, you know, when I go to change jealousy, it has to be to a point to where it's pure, genuine confidence. Because like you said, confident people relate to confident people, and those are the people you want to surround yourself with. Because if I'm around people who are insecure, it's going to channel my insecurities, right?
Absolutely.
Which is going to fuel my jealousy. So you kind of have to reevaluate not only within yourself, but who's around you. Because sometimes worst traits are something that is manifested within us because of who we surround ourselves with. So sometimes it's not always about us, it's about who we surround ourselves with. So
I never thought about that.
Sometimes our worst traits could be being attracted to people who are insecure with themselves. So
yeah, I never thought about the people that I was around and how that might affect my worst trait. Not that I think it does.
I don't think it does, yeah. But anyway, so taking our worst traits, what do we think that our worst traits have manifested for us or hindered us from? I know for me, jealousy has hindered me from being friends with people that I've been friends with, you know, in my past, or
because of your jealousy?
Because of my jealousy, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
It has manifested confidence in me because I found that the problem was jealousy, and I found that the insecurities that I did have, I could change, so I did, whether it be physically or emotionally. So
you're making changes on your worst trait.
Yeah. And I think that's important, because one thing I think is important is recognizing when we do have a bad trait, and then any problem, the first way that we solve it is by recognizing that we have that problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then we change it.
So I'll go ahead and I'll tell you why I'm not going to change my worst trait. But first, let's switch wines. Let's taste each other's wine and see what we think. I'm really excited about your blueberry wine.
Yeah, I think I will be.
Y'all
as
can't
well.
handle this, man. It's the good stuff. I don't drink the good stuff.
All right, cool. Well, let's try it. All right, so I'm gonna who's passing over?
Pass it all right. Oh, to the left.
All right, I'm going
Got
this Pinot Grigio.
Yep.
Last week was a good. You both had good Pinot Grigios.
I had a rosé last week.
Well, that was good.
Oh, the blueberry. It smells like blueberries. It smells like blueberry Pop-Tarts.
I got to figure out what style that is because that's going to be one of my favorites from here on out.
Yeah.
I love I love fruity flavors, man. There were quite a few there of that brand.
Really? Where'd you get this from?
Little Giants, I believe.
A Little Giant.
Mm-hmm. I ain't got
Probably
tannins
wrong.
here. Yeah, this must be the Zen, the old vine Zen.
Where they have more flavored wines?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
But within
Is
that
it
particular
blueberry?
brand, they had an assortment. It was like they had a few of them.
Wow, that is definitely blueberry. Okay. Wow. Okay.
And it has a little bit of like carbonation to it, I feel like.
Does he hating on the blueberry?
He's not hating on it, just because there's a lot, like I said, there's a
I don't-
little bit
yeah.
of twang to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. It feels like some carbonation. I don't drink soda. I don't drink any
Thanks.
energy drinks, anything that's carbonated other than beer. I just. Wow, this is very sweet. Extremely blueberry. You know what? Oh,
But it tastes good.
This- all right.
man.
the only time I can see myself drinking this is on vacation in the morning for breakfast.
Yes,
Like-
with a waffle.
Oh yes, or pancakes. You know, I'm not.
No, we don't eat pancakes.
I don't,
You eat
I don't discriminate. It's the same shit. What are you talking about?
You, do you,
It's the same shit, different shape.
It's really not though. But I get why you say that. I do.
but
I
it's
do.
just more in your mouth.
It
with
is.
the
A
waffle.
pancake is heavy, man. You can't. I have 2 pancakes. I'm done, man.
How many waffles do you have before you're done?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Does anyone eat more than one waffle? You ever seen anyone eat more than one waffle?
I've never.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like
I used to work at IHOP,
Chocolate.
bro. I would go through a waffle, bro.
chips
It's
in my
different,
waffles.
man.
Do you like blueberries in your waffles?
Yeah.
This is a morning breakfast.
I like
wine.
blueberries. I'm a
this,
blueberry
That's weird.
All right. Did you try mine, KG?
I did.
I like
You
that.
liked it?
I actually like yours, which is strange, but yeah, that's a breakfast wine for sure. For sure.
That's me. Okay.
Yeah. So, I'm going to take my wine back. Here's why I'm not going to change my worst trait. And it's because my worst trait is also my best trait. In a relationship or a friendship, if we make plans, if I make a commitment to do anything at all, there's nothing that is going to stop me from accomplishing that goal. And if it's something that is emotional, if I get upset or angry or all these other things that would factor besides cold hard facts and statistics and equations, they're null and void. Nothing stops me from doing what I say that I'm going to do. And if I'm going to do, like, let's say I'm going to help you do something, or I say I'm going to help you move, or I'm going to help you accomplish your goal of, I don't know, finishing school or something like that. Whatever goal that I set, nothing stops me because nothing else matters. And that's why I think that's one of my greatest strengths. It only becomes my worst trait, my greatest weakness when other people involved that think that, rightfully so, that emotions or other things also matter equally.
Yeah, anybody that's emotional wants someone to be counter emotional with them and be able to make that.
As they should, man.
Yeah, I agree.
There's this thing about life that is the codependent aspect of life. You have to understand why that's so. Heroes aren't made because they literally are the best, and it's a sacrificial component to that. It's almost like I know that I can be this, But for y'all, no, and I really mean this. Like,
Yeah.
well, at least
I
that's
sort of
how
want to see what your
perceive
wine.
it.
I want to see what a little bit of your wine tastes like in my wine. Just like a little blueberry flavoring.
It's probably gonna be busting, to be real, man.
All right. All right. So I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, half of it is
They're on the table.
what the cat said,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
No, so you don't want to be so. But it's hard for me to say this because we're different, and that I can respect. We respect each other for that. But it's almost like you're dabbling amongst the human. He take it again. Oh, he took yours too.
No.
It's a work in progress.
Mine's just busting. I don't care
Yeah.
what
I
y'all
want
say.
mine
Like,
with a hint of-
I love this wine, man. I'm gonna get a
I
bottle.
know. I kind of want to pour mine back in.
I'm trying to
Yours.
tell
Like
you.
I would like to pour that wine in my coffee. Like for real. Like that. It's strong blueberry flavoring. It's really good.
Humility.
Humility.
That's what a balance. They're no different than me, but it's humility, man. There's a reason why they have that term. It's like you have to. If something's gonna bring you down, it's
Yeah.
like, cause like, and I get it. Not I'm wishing upon you, but it's like I see it. It's like, well, cause think about it, man. If everybody,
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
no. I'm listening.
I wanted to hear what you were gonna say.
That if you could go so far, so ahead of anybody. All right, it's this great quote. It's from like what Spider-Man fucking movie it is. I don't know, but it's resounded. With great power comes great responsibility, and I don't think that's something that's like it's like you have to be able to be.
I think it's from Batman.
Stop, Jen.
I'm about to kick Jen through
Jen,
the
we're
goddamn
recording.
window, man.
No,
It's
people
not,
are gonna
man.
know that you said that.
Wait, it's not from
He's so
Batman.
stupid. Yeah.
It's not from Batman.
No, that's definitely.
It is, but
Is
Batman
it
embodies it just like all of the superheroes. They get it.
I thought or what's his name? Who's the servant? The servant guy.
Oh, Alfred.
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 Alfred preaches that in his own way. He was like,
Yeah, I thought
he said that a
Alfred
few
said
times. I loved it. He was like, dude, like, what'd you think was gonna happen, man? You can't be out here. You can't just be a muscle, man. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what like me and you conflict sometimes. It's like I understand the weak, and I always will. It's like you can't because they're part of us. You didn't come from like you're not.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue that.
I'm
But-
telling you, man. Like you were once that. It's just like you were gifted and you had certain circumstances that really were good. But it's like in reality, there were people that if it let you come up on a way rougher side of town, way rougher set of parents, way rougher all these circumstances, you wouldn't be you. You probably would be me, to be honest, man. For real, bro.
I can't argue.
It's like
that.
it's also once you have to take that, just integrate that into your understanding of life. It's like, and then I'm attempting to do the same right now, man. That's what I was like. I
Do you
hate
think
my
that's-
ego.
Do you think that's my worst trait?
Probably even more so myself, man. You have a great ego, but I'm not gonna not recognize the fact that you have a great ego for a reason.
So yeah, let's
You understand what I'm saying?
let's go around the circle. Let's say what do you think my worst trait is, and then we'll go to Jen and to you.
I like that.
Yeah.
Why I gotta
We
start
were
though?
talk- I know, 'cause you were
Lord.
talking.
Put every pressure on me, man.
We can start with
All right,
Jen.
so-
You wanna-
No, tell Jerry, tell
Right,
Jerry
that's it, yeah.
Joseph what his worst trait is. I want to hear it.
You're disassociated to a certain extent. And I'm not saying it in a negative way. You still prefer me, you treat
No,
me with
he is
love.
saying it in a
It's
negative
raw.
way. He is disassociated.
I'm not.
It's been
You've
wrong
told me,
with
I've heard several
humanity.
times, no, me and you have had a conversation where you're like, you can recognize there are certain things you're going to have to cut off. You're going to have to cut off. And I see that's a bottomless feat because ultimately, nobody's perfect. And sometimes I even have to entertain what you mean by when you say a better way, a better way. I don't believe in this concept of a utopia doesn't exist in humanity because, like my boy, Random, what you call it? Say what makes us different
Random
is
nice guy.
random nice
cool guy?
Random cool
random
guy.
cool guy.
You would believe some shit he says, but so
It doesn't mean that I'm not tough, but I just don't. I'm not absolute. Nothing in life is, man. Nothing in life is absolute, man.
So-
like you.
You're saying my worst trait is
Disassociation with humanity.
yeah, I would 100% agree with that. I mean that's why I'm where I'm at right now. Fuck, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna
Say it.
I think humanity, myself included, we're just yes, baby. Yes, sweetheart.
Latifah, yeah.
But this is Aerith.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aerith is more social.
Oh, sweet girl.
That's funny.
Humanity isn't where humanity should be. Society isn't where it should be. I'm just as much a part of the problem as anyone else, but I feel like I see a more clear picture of the future and the solution. So, Jen, what do you think my worst trait is? Let it all out, because I'm gonna go in on you.
You're gonna go in on me?
As he should. Hell yeah. I mean,
It's
too.
1 in
Shit.
9. We're just.
I don't have them.
It's real talk.
I have one worst trait.
Oh, okay, we'll be
Yeah,
to
look
that.
at
What's
that.
his? What's his?
Oh, I'll have to think about yours. Yours is either going to be because you're too nice and too giving.
Exactly. Nice is not a moral virtue at all. You don't want to be nice to people. You want to be strong and you want to be positive. You do not want to be nice.
He's thinking that when it comes to women.
No, I mean everybody. He's not nice to me. He's not nice at all. He's not nice.
I'm nice to you because I'm not nice to you. I tell you how it is.
And he feels bad. So
And you're welcome, because no, he's KG. Like not to like toot my own horn, but he's had a lot of growth through things that we've talked about, and not just me. Like I'm not the only person. You know, like Mike is another great example of someone that has just been very raw.
You want to
very
challenge
real
people.
with him, yeah.
You want to challenge people.
Because that's what you need. That's what you desire. That's what stimulates you. And he's had a lot of growth from that. So I definitely pride myself on it. But I can't say that I'm the only person that has been able to do that for him or give that to him. Which brings us to Jen.
No, wait, let's go to KG.
Nah. What?
Okay, well, whatever.
Fuck
Just
it,
get
yeah.
it over with.
Bring it here. Bring it here. I want to hear it.
Who's going first?
I like it.
You go. Who's going first? Me or you?
You.
I mean, I agree. I think it's the same thing that you said. I don't think you're very confident.
Really?
Yeah. Here's the thing. You are far more confident in yourself than a lot of other people. You're like, hey, I'm going to put this out there. I'm Jan. I don't give a fuck what you think about it. You know, I like me, blah, blah, blah. I think that in association with you versus the world, you know, you're up there. You're much higher in confidence than most people, for sure. But I think that when it comes to just you and you still battle a lot with who you are. Yeah.
I can.
Yeah. And I mean, it shows. To me, it shows. At least I don't know. I don't empathize much. I don't like read between the lines emotionally. But I feel like with the amount of time that we spent together and stuff like that, that's what I said from you. So I think your greatest strength is that you're not as confident in exactly who you are.
So you're saying that when I am portraying myself to other people, I give off confidence, but when it's just me and me.
No, I think that when you're looking at yourself through the lenses of other people, you see, understand, and recognize your true self. And you understand, like, wow, this is why I absolutely should be so happy and so proud and so confident in myself. Mm-hmm. But then when you're just alone and it's just you, I would say you hyper focus on maybe some flaws that you might have, or like in the situation that you're in where you might not be where you want to be or who you want to be. You see who you are, and that's what, you know, you versus the world. There's a lot of confidence there, but then you also see that you haven't reached your potential that you've set for yourself.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
There we go. That's the best way to say it.
That's literally absolutely true.
Yeah.
All right, what's my worst trait,
Yeah.
KG?
Not to piggyback off of what he said, but to be honest, it was true. And to be honest, it's as simple as I just think you don't know what you want. Because, like, that's going to make all this.
Sometimes I think that too.
If you did, you'd be far more efficient.
But I don't know, because I could have, if I wanted everything, I could have everything, but I don't know.
That's
what
the
I
problem.
want.
You
Yeah.
can't. That's the problem. That's why I say there's something that's very revelatory about shit being stripped away from you. I know that firsthand. Like
Yeah.
too many options is fucking real.
Yeah, it is.
Like this is fun for you. Like this is not fun for me, man. I actually like to like for me it's therapeutic as it's beyond it. It's actually life saving to do the show.
I was gonna say like Jen. I guess another way because I like to use a lot of analogies. People will look at Jen and be like, "Wow, what road is she gonna take to get there?" And Jen's like, "I'm Jen fucking Joy. I will take any road. No road scares me. I got this." And they're like, "Where you going?" She's like, "Oh, I don't know. I have no idea." But how I get there, I got it. Yeah.
It's really true. That's so true. That's
Hey, I'm toast to that.
Yo, goofy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we've done mine. Let's talk about.
Yeah,
Are we going to
come
KG?
on.
Yeah. We're ripping to you. We don't have much time left. We're going to go ahead and Jen, just let's go.
All right, KG. I just think that you're a fool for these women. I really do.
He's weak.
He
He weak to that
I'm
pussy.
talking
Yeah.
about you just like fall out like, ma'am, what can I do? I will do anything.
He does that while being like, "Man should be on top," you know? Yeah, man should rule the relationship. I brought a bunch like, "Go get me a cookie." Like, "Yes, man. What kind do you want?"
Yeah.
I hate
You
y'all.
say jump, I say how high. That is you.
Can I explain? Can I continue? Can I?
Well, let Jerry
Yeah.
Joseph go. What do you think his worst trait is?
I think, and I've said this since literally the day since I met him. Like he has, Kalen is just inexperienced, and I don't mean like I don't know, just and everything. His view is narrow, nowhere near as narrow as it used to be. When I first met him, it was like I don't know what he was looking at. I mean, I could not see something that like. He has grown. He's explored. He's seen more of the world.
No.
He's a concentrated beam that's just like right here. You know, it's widened a little bit, but he has so much potential to be so much more.
Yeah.
I think that his worst trait is that you can be egotistical. You know, you can be absorbed in your ego, but you got to let your ego grow. You got to let your ego experience things. You have to take more in.
Yeah. Know that you can be more.
I think that if he had more long-term relationships, if he dated more, more
Well, he
variety of
tries.
things- yeah, he
Yeah, a
tries.
lot.
But if he
not
did,
even try. Actually, I probably have more than you. I don't know what constitutes as long-term relationship, but that's all I've been about. And I think what it is, if I'm being honest, you say experience, and I'm not trying to contest you, but I'm being honest. I'm being sincere
Yeah.
when I say this. I don't think I need as much. It's like I have this. I've been trying to like shaping out this philosophy of mine. It's like everything that the universe has to show you of who you are is already actually built into you, man. It's like you're born and you're born into these circumstances, but I really believe this, man. It's like you know it. That's why I actually adhere to emotion the way I do. It's like you know what's true for you, but you have all these influences and forces tugging on you, and it's like at the end of the day, I know what I'm about, but am I courageous enough to accept what I'm about? If that makes sense.
that's exactly when we first met. That's the same thing we talked about. We used to argue all the time. You'd be like, "Oh, I have the potential to do this. I have the potential for this. I have the potential for that. Therefore, it is real and it's true." And I told you, no, it's not real and true because you actually haven't done it. You can have the potential to beat LeBron James one-on-one, but until you actually do it, you have not beaten him in the game of one-on-one. And you would go to work, you come home, you play 2K, and you talk to Mike. Hey, shout out to Mike.
Hey.
But you would just do that's your whole life. You also had a girlfriend and child. But as you grew, you went out and you explored new places. You left your apartment. You literally went outside. He went to a bar. I remember he wouldn't even leave the apartment to go to a bar. And you met more people. And you can't tell me that you have not grown and understood yourself
And
more.
now people people in Newton know who you are now because you simply left the apartment.
Yeah.
And now you feel like when we were talking about on our episode, I can't even remember which one it was, but we were talking about being from here and being here relative to like just our life, and you were talking about moving here from.
So it's one of those
Virginia.
things. It's something like if you apply and commit yourself, just how far can you actually imagine where you can go with that? type
Yeah.
shit. I give
You hold yourself back. You play devil's advocate a lot, and more than anyone, you play it to yourself. And I think that's your greatest hindrance. That's your worst trait. You have a lot of potential, but you hold yourself back.
Y'all heard it here.
Yeah.
I'm
And
not.
with that,
I'm not fighting them.
I think it's about time for final thoughts. Who's wrapping it up? Where do we start? Jen, we'll leave it up to you.
I think that we were actually really spot on with. I think we know each other better than we thought we did, not only internally, but with our friendships, we know each other, and I think we're all so close to where we can hold each other accountable and help each other work on these things if they even need work. I think that we're all three. I think we're all three incredible people, and that's why we decided to do this, because honestly, at the end of the day, no matter bad traits or good traits, we're the shit. So.
Hey, glad you said it, not me. All right.
Y'all's a good one.
KG, what's up? Final thoughts?
You know what? I appreciate both of you being as honest as what you have tonight. I'll learn and grow from that. There's nothing beyond that. Like, I make a consistent choice not to be a coward in life anymore, because I've been there for so long in my life. For real. It's not worth it. Courage is everything to me now.
You're welcome. Continue. Partly welcome.
Love you
It wasn't me
guys.
alone, but yeah, you're welcome.
Love you guys. That said, no, seriously, man. Anything that comes out of my mouth, I try to make actually be. This is my reality.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually grateful for you two,
Oh, thank
and
you.
I heed everything you said tonight, and I rock with it. I'm always gonna be me though. I'm
Yeah.
So I think
Alright.
that I think this is a very necessary episode, not just for us three together, but for all of our audience. I think that it is very important.
Knock it out, girl.
I think it's very important for all of us to take serious time to think about and reflect on what our worst traits are, why they are our worst traits, why we consider them to be the worst traits because of the way that we view others and society.
Yeah.
We should learn, embrace, come to terms with, or grow from, change. We shouldn't be afraid of the worst parts of us. And I think that this is a great episode in which we should all take time to reflect on exactly that. Find out what the worst part of us is and decide what, if anything, we're going to do about it.
What we can change, channel from it.
Or
what
if we
you
need
can
to.
manifest from exactly.
Yeah.
What you can manifest from it, or what it's hindered you from. So, all right. Well, with that being said,
What was that girl? What was she saying?
Alyssa?
Toast?
Alyssa.
Yeah. Where's our toast today?
That was we suck. man.
internal
Internal love, peace, or something?
peace, health, dignity, all the good things in life.
Alyssa, we love you, baby.
Yeah, thank you, Alyssa,
we
for that
just
time.
have been drinking, so.
All right,
Cheers.
wine at 9. Thank you,
Mine
guys.
and nine.
You guys like, subscribe, share our channel.
Tell us what wine we should drink.
and tell us what we should toast to. So,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, good job. Good job, team.
And break.